This isn't about performance. The truth about unforgettable intimacy. Let's get real for a moment. Every man wants to be unforgettable in the bedroom. You want her to look at you afterward, eyes wide, maybe even a little breathless, whispering, "What did you just do to me?" But here's the truth most men miss. It's not about technique. It's not about how many positions you know, how long you last, or even the size of your, well, you know. Those things matter, sure, but they're not the heart of it. The kind of intimacy that leaves a woman trembling, maybe even crying, isn't just about pleasure. It's about something deeper, something that touches her soul, not just her body. Picture this: a woman lying beside you, her breath uneven, tears glistening in her eyes. Those tears aren't just from physical release. They're from being seen. They're from feeling emotionally bare, vulnerable in a way she rarely allows herself to be. They're from finally letting go of the weight she carries, the weight of pretending to be strong, of holding it all together, of acting like she doesn't crave softness until you show her it's safe to let it all fall away. That's what makes a moment unforgettable. Not the mechanics of sex, but the emotional precision of your presence. This isn't about being the alpha, the dominant force, or the guy who's mastered every move in the book. It's about creating a space where she feels safe, cherished, and truly known. This is for the men who are tired of empty encounters, who want more than fleeting pleasure. This is for the men who want to be remembered, not just for what they did, but for how they made her feel. If you're ready to stop performing and start connecting, listen closely. This will change how you think about intimacy forever. The real reason she cries: most men assume that when a woman cries after sex, it's because the physical sensation was so intense that her body just couldn't contain it. And yes, that can be part of it. A powerful climax can shake her to her core. But the truth, those tears often come from something far rarer, something unexpected that she doesn't know how to process. It's not just the orgasm. It's the emotional exhale that comes with it. It's the moment her walls come down, when she realizes she doesn't have to pretend anymore. Imagine her carrying the weight of the world. She's been strong for so long, maybe too long. She's juggled expectations, silenced her own needs, and worn a mask of confidence, even when she's breaking inside. Then, in this intimate moment with you, something shifts. Your touch isn't just physical. It's steady, intentional, present. You're not just with her body, you're with her. Your presence tells her she's safe, that she doesn't have to perform or prove anything. And in that safety, she lets go. Her defenses melt, and for the first time in maybe forever, she feels free to just be. That's when the tears come. They're not weakness, they're release. They're her heart saying, "Thank you. I didn't know I needed this. I didn't think men like you existed." Lesson 1. Emotional safety unlocks her soul Here's the secret most men don't understand. A woman's body will only give what her heart believes is safe. You can be the most skilled lover in the world, but if she doesn't feel emotionally secure, something will always feel off. You'll sense it, even if you can't name it. She might kiss you back, she might moan, she might go through the motions. But there's a distance, a part of her that stays locked away. No amount of technique can bridge that gap, because what you're feeling isn't a lack of skill. It's a closed heart. But when she feels safe, truly safe, everything changes. Her nervous system calms, her breath deepens, her body softens. She stops worrying about how she looks, whether her stomach is flat, or if she's doing it right. She stops scripting the moment in her head and just feels. That's when you get the kind of intimacy that's raw, instinctive, unforgettable. Not the kind that looks good on paper, but the kind that feels like a homecoming for both of you. So, how do you create that safety? It's not about grand gestures or perfect words. It's about presence. It's about showing up fully, without expectation or judgment. It's about holding space for her vulnerability without flinching. When she opens up, emotionally, not just physically, she's taking a risk. She's trusting you with her softness, her fears, her rawest self. Don't weaponize that. Don't mock her tears or shy away from her emotions. Don't rush her to get over it. Just hold her. Kiss her forehead. Let her breathe. Let her rest in the safety you've created. That's sacred ground. What women crave, but rarely say. Let me let you in on something women don't often say out loud. We crave safety far more than we crave pleasure. Pleasure is fleeting, but safety, that's medicine, that's home. We live in a world that asks us to be everything sexy, but not too much. Strong, but not intimidating. Giving without asking for too much in return. We carry pain, silence, and pressure every single day. So, when a man shows up who doesn't expect us to perform, who doesn't rush us or use us or emotionally check out in the moment, it feels like a gift we didn't know we needed. When you give her that gift, connection, presence, safety, it's like unlocking a door she's kept bolted shut. Her body might say yes to you. Her attraction might be real. But if her heart isn't on board, she'll hold back. You'll feel it, and so will she. But when her heart trusts you, when she knows you're not just there for her body, but for her, that's when she surrenders. Not in a submissive way, but in a way that's raw and real. She lets go of the need to control, to pose, to perform. She lets you see her, really see her, and that's when the magic happens. How to be unforgettable. You want to be the man she remembers when someone asks, "What was the best sex you ever had?" It's not about being the most skilled or the most dominant. It's about being the one who made her feel safe enough to let go. The one who saw her, not just her body, but her heart, her fears, her dreams. the one who gave her permission to be soft, to be vulnerable, to be human. Here's how you start. Be present. Put away the need to impress. Stop chasing the perfect move or the perfect outcome. Focus on her. Listen to her breath, her body, her silence. Be with her in the moment, not in your head planning the next step. Create safety. Show her she doesn't have to perform for you. Let her know, through your actions, that she's enough as she is. Don't rush her. Don't pressure her. Don't make her feel like she has to meet some unspoken expectation. Hold space for her emotions. If she cries, don't panic. If she trembles, don't pull away. If she's quiet, don't fill the silence with awkwardness. Just be there. Let her feel what she needs to feel. Your steadiness is what makes her feel safe. See her heart, not just her body. Technique is great, but it's your presence that unlocks her. Notice the little things, the way her eyes soften, the way her breath catches. Respond to her, not just the moment. Be patient. Emotional intimacy doesn't happen in one night. It's built over time, through trust, through consistency. Show up for her, again and again, and she'll start to let you in. The moment she'll never forget. Imagine this. You're lying there together, the room quiet except for the sound of her breathing. Her eyes are wet, but she's not sad. She's looking at you like you've just given her something she didn't know she was missing. Maybe she doesn't say a word. Or maybe she whispers, "I didn't expect that." That's the moment you've become unforgettable. Not because of what you did to her body, but because of what you gave her heart. You didn't just make her body tremble. You made her soul feel safe. You gave her a space to let go, to heal, to be herself without fear. That's not just sex. It's connection. It's healing. It's the kind of intimacy that changes both of you. So stop chasing performance. Stop thinking the answer lies in a new technique or a longer session. The gate to her body is her heart, and the key is your presence. Show up for her, fully, without agenda or expectation. And you'll give her something she'll carry with her forever. You'll be the man she remembers not just for one night, but for a lifetime. The power of presence. How to create unforgettable intimacy. Let's talk about what makes intimacy unforgettable. You want to be the man she can't stop thinking about, the one she remembers years later. Not just for what happened in the bedroom, but for how you made her feel. Most men think it's about technique, about hitting the right spots or lasting longer. But the truth, the moments that leave her breathless, maybe even in tears, aren't about what you do. They're about who you are in that moment. It's about your presence, your ability to make her feel seen, safe, and truly connected. This isn't about performance. It's about something deeper, something real. If you're ready to move beyond empty encounters and create intimacy that lingers in her heart, listen closely. This will change how you approach love, sex, and connection forever. Lesson 2. Her body follows her heart. Imagine this. You're with her, and something shifts. Her breath softens, her eyes meet yours, and you feel her let go, not just physically, but emotionally. She's falling into you, not because of some perfectly executed move, but because of the energy you're bringing. Are you calm? Are you grounded? Are you truly with her? Or are you stuck in your head, worrying about whether you're doing it right? That's the difference between a fleeting moment and one she'll never forget. Presence isn't about demanding her attention. It's about inviting it. It's the quiet confidence that says, I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. It's the way you look at her, not rushing to the next step, but savoring the moment. It's the stillness in your breath, the intention in your touch, the way you move with purpose, not urgency. When you show up like that, her heart starts to trust you. And when her heart trusts you, her body follows, not because you forced it, but because she wants to give herself to you, not just with her lips saying yes, but with her soul opening up. Think about it. A woman's body is wired to her heart. She might be attracted to you. She might even say she's ready. But if her heart doesn't feel safe, she's holding back. You might not see it, but you'll feel it, a distance, a subtle disconnect. No amount of skill can bridge that gap. But when you create emotional safety, when she knows you're not just chasing a climax or trying to prove something, everything changes. Her walls come down, her body relaxes. She stops worrying about how she looks or whether she's pleasing you. She just is. And that's when you experience intimacy on a whole new level, not just physical, but soul deep. So, how do you get there? Slow down. Stop trying to get somewhere. Be with her. Let her feel your attention before she feels your touch. Let her hear the calm in your breath, the steadiness in your presence. When you move with intention, not urgency, you're telling her, I see you. I'm here for you. That's what her heart is waiting for. That's what unlocks her in a way no technique ever could. Lesson 3. Presence is the real aphrodisiac. Let's talk about presence. It's not a buzzword or something you fake to seem deep. It's the grounded, masculine energy that says, I'm fully here with you. It's the difference between a man who just had sex and a man she'll carry in her heart forever. When you're truly present, you're not distracted by your own insecurities or focused on the next move. You're not wondering, is she enjoying this? Am I good enough? You're right there, in the moment, tuned into her breath, her energy, her rhythm. Women are sensitive to that shift. We feel it when you're present, and we feel it when you're performing. When you're stuck in your head, checking boxes to make sure you're doing it right. We know. Even if you're saying the right things or touching the right places, the connection fades. You've left the room emotionally, and we feel that absence. But when you're truly present, oh, it's different. Time slows down. Your touch feels softer, your gaze deeper. You're not trying to take something from her. You're sharing something with her. And in that moment, she feels safe, seen, desired not just for her body, but for who she is. Here's the thing. Presence doesn't start in the bedroom. It starts long before. In the way you look at her across the dinner table, noticing the way her eyes light up when she talks about something she loves. It's in the way you listen when she's sharing something vulnerable, not rushing to fix it or change the subject. It's in the way you show up when she's not at her best, when she's stressed, tired, or feeling small. Those moments build the foundation. They tell her, I can trust him with my heart, so I can trust him with my body. That's what makes intimacy transformative. That's what makes her fall apart in your arms, not because you overwhelmed her, but because you gave her the rarest gift, your full, undivided attention. So how do you cultivate presence? Start by getting quiet. Breathe deeply. Look her in the eyes, not to impress her, but to see her. Don't fill the silence with chatter. Be the silence. Be the calm in her chaos. Women lean into stillness. We open up in the presence of peace. When you hold that space, when you let her feel without demanding she react, she'll melt. Not because you pushed her to, but because you gave her permission to let go. The trap of performance. Let's talk about what's ruining intimacy for so many men. Performance. You've been taught by porn, by locker room talk, by your own fears, that sex is about doing. It's about proving you're good enough, hitting all the right moves, changing positions like it's a choreographed show. You go into the bedroom like it's a stage, trying to impress her, to make her scream, to make her say, you're the best she's ever had. But here's the hard truth. While you're busy checking boxes in your head, you're missing the one thing she craves most: connection. She doesn't want perfect. She wants real. She doesn't need you to perform like a machine. She needs you to feel like a human. Real desire isn't born from pressure or speed, it's born from tension. The kind that builds when you slow down, when you listen, when you let the moment breathe. It's in the way your fingertips hover before they touch her, the way you pause to look at her, the way you speak to her before you even get to the bedroom. That's where anticipation lives, and anticipation is where desire is born. Sexual energy isn't something you rush. It's something you build, slowly, deliberately, with intention. It's in the way you move, not frantic, but focused. It's in the way you hold her gaze, not to dominate, but to connect. When you're focused on the outcome, making her climax, making her moan, you're not feeling her. You're not tuned into her breath, her energy, her rhythm. You're chasing a result, and that's ego talking. Ego ruins intimacy. Sex isn't a game to be won. It's a connection to be felt. The men who leave a woman trembling, who make her feel like she's the only woman in the world, aren't the most aggressive or the most skilled. They're the ones who create emotional tension. They're the ones who make her feel seen, not just for her body, but for her essence. They're the ones who look at her like she's art, who touch her like she's music. That's what undoes her. That's what she remembers. It's not about doing more. It's about meaning more. It's not about how fast you move. It's about how deeply you connect. How to be the man she remembers. You want to be unforgettable. Stop performing. Start being. Here's how. Slow down. Stop rushing to the finish line. Let the moment unfold. Build anticipation with your presence, your gaze, your patience. Desire grows in the pauses, in the spaces between. Be present. Get out of your head. Stop worrying about whether you're good enough. Focus on her, her breath, her eyes, her energy. Be there, fully, in the moment. Create emotional safety. Show her she doesn't have to perform for you. Let her know she's enough, exactly as she is. Don't pressure her to be anything other than herself. Build connection outside the bedroom. Presence starts long before you're intimate. Listen when she speaks. Show up when she's vulnerable. Be consistent, so she knows she can trust you with her heart. Feel, don't perform. Let go of the need to win. At sex, focus on the connection, not the climax. Tune into her rhythm, not your ego. The moment that changes everything. Picture this. You're lying together, the room quiet, except for the sound of her breathing. Her eyes are soft, maybe a little wet. She's looking at you, not saying much, but you can feel it. The weight of the moment. She's not just satisfied, she's seen. You didn't just make her body respond. You made her heart open. You gave her a space to be vulnerable, to let go, to feel safe. That's not just sex. That's healing. That's connection. That's what she'll carry with her, long after the moment has passed. You want to be the man she craves, the one she remembers. Don't chase the climax. Chase the connection. Be the man who knows how to slow everything down, who creates something real. Your presence is the most powerful aphrodisiac. It's what makes her feel safe, desired, and truly known. It's what makes her whisper, "What did you just do to me?" Not because of what you did to her body, but because of what you gave her soul. Stop performing, start feeling. The art of unforgettable intimacy. What if I told you that the key to being unforgettable in the bedroom isn't about what you do, but about who you are? Most men think intimacy is about mastering techniques, hitting the right spots, or putting on a show. But the moments that leave her breathless, maybe even in tears, aren't about performance. They're about connection, about making her feel so seen, so safe, that her heart opens in a way her body alone never could. This is for the men who are tired of chasing fleeting pleasure and want to create something deeper, something real. If you're ready to be the man she remembers forever, not just for one night, listen closely. This will change how you think about intimacy, love, and connection. Lesson 4. Stop performing, start feeling. Picture this. you're with her, and the air feels electric. Not because you're rushing through moves or trying to impress her, but because you're fully there. Your eyes linger on hers, not demanding anything, just seeing her. Your touch is slow, intentional, like you're savoring every second. The silence between you isn't awkward. It's alive with anticipation. That's when she starts to melt, not because you're doing more, but because you're feeling more. You're not performing, you're present. And that presence, it's what turns a moment into a memory that stays in her body, her mind, her soul. Intimacy isn't about checking boxes or hitting milestones. It's about building tension, not the kind that comes from pressure, but the kind that grows when you slow down. Let the silence speak. Let your energy lead. When you stop trying to get somewhere and start feeling the moment, you're not just having sex. You're creating something sacred. You're giving her a space to let go, to be vulnerable, to be herself. That's what makes her tremble. That's what makes her cry, not the friction of your touch, but the depth of your presence. Think about the way you look at her. Is it a glance to gauge her reaction? Or is it a gaze that says, "You're the only thing that matters right now"? Your eyes, your breath, your stillness, they speak louder than any words. When you move with intention, when you let her feel your gratitude for being close to her, you're not just touching her body, you're reaching her heart. And that's what makes her open up in a way no technique ever could. Lesson 5. Enter her mind, not just her body. Here's something most men don't realize. When you're intimate with a woman, you're not just entering her body. You're entering her mind. Sex isn't just physical for her. It's psychological, emotional, spiritual. If you don't know how to speak to her thoughts, her fears, her desires, you're missing the most powerful part of intimacy. No matter how skilled you are, if you don't connect with her emotionally, she'll feel empty when it's over. She won't remember the mechanics, she'll remember the moments that made her feel. Imagine undressing her slowly, not just to see her body, but to show her you're in awe of her. Imagine your fingers trembling just a little, not from nerves, but from gratitude. Like you can't believe you get to touch her. Whisper her name, not because it's part of some script, but because you want her to feel adored. That's what softens her mind. That's what makes her heart whisper, "I'm safe here." When you touch her, it shouldn't be about getting off. It should be about reminding her who she is. A woman who feels seen, understood, revered. That's a woman whose body opens up, whose tears fall, not from pleasure alone, but from being overwhelmed by how deeply you've reached her. This starts long before the bedroom. It's in the way you talk to her, when there's nothing in it for you. It's in the way you show up when she's insecure, moody, or pulling away. Women aren't turned on by physical touch first. They're turned on by trust. They need to know that if they fall apart in your arms, you won't flinch. You won't try to fix her or rush her through it. You'll just hold her, steady and strong, letting her feel whatever she needs to feel. When her mind relaxes, when she knows she's safe, that's when her body explodes, not from force, but from surrender. That's when the tears come, because you didn't just make her feel good. You made her feel like more than a body. You made her feel like a woman, cherished and whole. Lesson 6. Be the man she feels safe falling apart with. There's a moment after intimacy, when the room is quiet and her breathing is heavy, that tells you everything. Her eyes are glassy, tears slipping from the corners, and she's staring at the ceiling, lost in her thoughts. You ask, "What's wrong?" and she says, "Nothing." But you know better. It's not sadness or pain. It's relief. It's the feeling of finally being seen, of being held in a world that's always demanding, judging, rushing her. You didn't ask her to be anything other than herself. You didn't try to fix her or change her. You just stayed. And in that stillness, you gave her something rare. Emotional safety wrapped in masculine strength. Women carry so much. Society praises us for being strong, independent, for having it all together. But deep down, we're exhausted. We carry dreams, doubts, broken pieces, trauma. All with grace, but it's heavy. So, when we meet a man who doesn't ask us to be strong, who lets us fall apart without running or shaming us, something inside us breaks open. Those tears aren't about you. They're about release. She's been holding her breath for years, and you gave her permission to exhale. That's what makes you unforgettable, not what you did to her body, but how you held her when she let go. Being that man doesn't require perfection. You don't need the best game or the most experience. But you do need to be emotionally grounded. You need to know how to stay steady when she trembles, how to say nothing when words aren't needed, how to hold her with patience, not force. When she cries after intimacy, it's not weakness or drama. It's her body releasing years of pain, fear, and shame. It's her nervous system trusting, maybe for the first time, that she's not alone. You gave her more than pleasure. You gave her peace. You made her feel protected, loved, seen. That's why she'll never forget you. In a world full of takers, you gave her something sacred. A safe space to be fully, beautifully human. Emotional outrow and call to action. If this hits you in the chest, if you feel something stirring inside, don't just move on. Sit with it. Ask yourself, am I that kind of man? Am I the one who creates safety, who holds space for her to be real? And if you're not there yet, are you ready to become him? This world doesn't need more men chasing pleasure. It needs more men protecting hearts. Imagine being the man she collapses into, not just in passion, but in pain. The man who doesn't flinch when she's raw, vulnerable, or broken. The man who makes her feel safe enough to let go, to cry, to be herself. So here's what I want you to do. Share this with a man who needs to hear it. Someone who's stuck in performance mode, chasing the wrong things. Drop a comment below. What line hit you hardest? What woman came to mind as you read this? What truth do you need to carry forward? And if you're ready to raise the standard, not just for her, but for yourself, subscribe to this journey. We're not here for surface level love anymore. We're here for something real, something unforgettable, something that makes her cry not from pain, but from peace. Be that man. Stay grounded. Stay soft. Stay powerful. I'll see you in the next one.